Hey everyone, this is Mr. Nunn again. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to multiply mixed numbers by other mixed numbers. And this can be a little bit tricky because there's a lot of steps that you need to remember. But the first one you need to remember is that we want to check to see if these fractions can be reduced, because it's going to make your arithmetic a lot easier as you move through this problem. And I'm looking at 1/3 and 1/2, and it doesn't look like there are going to be any factors that fit into both of those, so these have been reduced completely. So now I can jump into the process of actually converting these numbers to improper fractions. Remember, an improper fraction is a fraction where the numerator, the number on top, is bigger than the denominator, the number on the bottom. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this 2, the whole number, and I'm going to multiply that by the denominator, 2 times 3. Well, 2 times 3 equals 6. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add that to the numerator. So 1 plus 6 becomes 7, and then your denominator stays the same. Now I'm going to do the same process over here to 1 and 1/2. I'm going to take my whole number 1, and I'm going to multiply it by my denominator 2. And I get 1 times 2, which is 2. So now I'm going to add that answer to the numerator. Of course, 1 plus 2 equals 3, and my denominator stays the same. Now I can jump into the actual process of multiplication. Notice that both of these fractions are completely improper. The numerator, the 7, is bigger than the denominator 3 in the first fraction, and in the second fraction, the numerator 3 is bigger than the denominator 2. So looking at this, we have 7 times 3, which is 21, and 3 times 2, which is 6. Now we're going to take that fraction and actually convert it back into a mixed number. So hang on to 21 over 6 in your head. Now remember, a fraction is really just a division problem in disguise. The number on top, the numerator, is actually going to be your dividend. The number, I call it the doghouse, so it's going to be the number inside the doghouse. The number on the bottom in the denominator is going to be your divisor, the number outside the doghouse. My students always remember it that way. It helps them. So 6 does not fit into 2, so I'm going to go ahead and put a 0 above that so I can hold its place value. And 6 goes into 21 3 times. 6 times 3 is 18. And now we're going to begin the process of subtraction. I happen to know that 21 minus 18 is 3. And now this is the tricky part that sometimes kids can make mistakes with. This 3 is going to be your numerator. So I'm going to bring that up to this fraction. A lot of kids like to write remainder 3, but it's really easy to convert this into a fraction. So that 3 becomes your numerator, and this 6 over here, the number that you started with, it's still going to be your denominator. Okay, so your final answer becomes 3 and 3/6. Now I'm wondering if any of you guys spotted that you can actually reduce this fraction. There is a factor that goes into both of those numbers, 3 and 6. Can you spot it? Well, it's going to be 3. We can divide 3 by 3, and we can divide 6 by 3. And of course, that new answer is going to be 1/2. So I'm just going to erase this to make a little room. And my final answer is going to be 3 and 1/2. So again, folks, I hope that helped a little bit. It can be very challenging multiplying these numbers when they are in the form of a mixed number, but when you know the steps and you can replay and watch this video, I hope this helps you. So please take your time, do your very best. If you have questions, please email me. I'm always here to help. This is Mr. Nunn, signing out.